Hey kiddos, welcome to this week's homework review where we are talking about comparing fractions that have the same numerator, also known as the top number. Remember, when the top numbers are the same, we're looking to the bottom to see what is going to give us the most of our fraction. For the bottom number, that's the number of people that we're sharing with. So the more people we have to share with, the less we get. So we're always looking to share with less people to end up with the most of our fraction. So if we're comparing 1/4 and 1/2, would I rather share with 4 people or 2 people? I would rather share with 2 people. 1/2 is greater. 5/6 and 5/8, sharing with 6 people means I get the most, so 5/6 is greater than 5/8. Would I rather share with 6 people or 3 people? I'd rather share with 3 people, I get more, so 2/6 is less than 2/3. 4/8 or 4/6? 4/8 is less than 4/6. Coming down to the bottom, 3/4 or 3/8? 3/4 is greater than 3/8. And the last one, thirds or fourths? 2/3 is greater than 2/4. Any questions? Bring them with you to class. All right, love bugs, on to page 2. Again, we are comparing fractions with the same numerator. Numerator means the top. So that means that the less people we share with, the more we get. Just like in class with these, I'd love to see you writing your fraction underneath to show us what we're comparing. So over here, we have 3/6. Over here, we have 3/4. Sharing with 4 people is better, so 3/6 is less than 3/4. Over here, I have 4 out of 8, and I have 4 out of 6. 4/8 is less than 4/6. Coming down here, both of these have 2 pieces shade in. This one is 2/3, and this one is 2/8. 2/3 is greater than 2/8. Coming over here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces shaded out of 6, and we have 5 pieces shaded out of 8. 5/6 is greater than 5/8. Over here we have 1/2 and 1/3. 1/2 is greater than 1/3. Last one, we have 1/6 and we have 1/8. 1/6 is greater than 1/8. Any questions on these? Bring them with you to class. All right, loves, we are doing a fill in the blank comparison where you are going to use the numbers 2, 3, 4, 6, or 8 to make the statement true by filling in the blank. So if we're comparing 3/6 and 3 of something else, we want that to be bigger, which means we're going to fill in either 3/4, 3/3, or 3/2. As long as it's at least a fourth, we're good to go. This one, we want it to be bigger. The fraction we're filling in should be bigger because our mouth is facing that direction. We could say that 4/6 is greater. We could also say 4/4 would be greater. Lots of options with these. 1/6, we want this to be the greater value. So this one only has one correct answer. 1/8 is less than 1/6. That's going to be the only thing that we can fill in for this space. 2/4, we want it to be bigger, which means we can say either 2/6 in here, or we could say 2/8. Both would be correct. Down the bottom here, we have 1/4, and we want our other fraction to be bigger. We can say 1/2 or 1/3. They would both have bigger pieces. And then here we want this one to be bigger. We can say that it is 2/3, 2/4, 2/6. Any of those would be correct as long as they are less than 8. You could also say 2 out of 2 because we know that that means 1 whole. Any of those would be correct. Any questions? Bring them with you to class. All right, love bugs, we are comparing the same numerator. We need to put the fractions in order. Now these switch back and forth. So least to greatest. We need to make sure we know what we're being asked to do. So for this first one, we want to start with the smallest first. So if I share with 4 people, that means I get the smallest, and then 1/3, and then 1/2 would be the greatest. Next one, I want the biggest one first. So 3/4, 3/6, and 3/8. Least is last. For this one, we're going greatest to least. So we would start with 2/3, 2/4, and 2/6. Over here, starting with the smallest, the least, 1/8, 1/6, 1/3. Coming down here, starting with the least, we have 2/8, 2/6, and 2/4. And then our last one over here, starting with the greatest, 1/2, 1/4, 1/6. Any questions on this page? Bring them with you to class. All right, Nuggets, last page for this week is looking at word problems. Word problems are always a great way for us to stretch our thinking. So let's dive in. Chloe has 1/2 a glass of apple juice, and Laura has 1/3 a glass of orange juice. Who has more juice? Chloe does, because 1/2 is greater than 1/3. Lindsay has 1/4 of a popsicle. Rachel has 1/8 of a popsicle, and Elizabeth has 1/6 of a popsicle left on a hot sunny day. Place the girls in order from least to greatest based on how much popsicle they have left. So we're going from least to greatest. The least amount would be 1/8, which is Rachel. And then we have 1/6, which is Elizabeth, and then 1/4, which is Lindsay. So Rachel has the least, then Elizabeth, then Lindsay. Lewis brought 3/6 of his suitcase full. Justin brought 3/4 of his suitcase full, and Richard brought 3/8 of his suitcase full. Put their suitcases in order from greatest to least amount of stuff that is packed. So Justin has the most at 3/4. And then Luis has the most at 3/6. And then finally, Richard has the least at 3/8 of a stuffed suitcase. Not much room for souvenirs. Recipe 1 calls for 2/3 of a block of cream cheese, and recipe 2 calls for 2/4 of a block of cream cheese. Which recipe calls for more cream cheese? Recipe 1, because 2/3 is greater than 2/4. 2 more, and then we are done for this week. Alicia has 4/8 of a bag of makeup, and Rebecca has 4/6 of a bag, of makeup. Who has less makeup? Alisa, because 4/8 is less than 4/6. And then our last one. In a pie eating contest, Victor ate 2/6, Megan ate 2/3, and Hannah ate 2/4. Place the participants in order from least to greatest on who ate the most pie. So least to greatest means we're starting with the smallest. Victor ate 2/6. Hannah ate 2/4, and then Megan ate 2/3. Any questions, my loves? Bring them with you to class. Have a good weekend, mathletes.